Tonight, we're going to be talking about Zorro.
Coming to you from parts unknown, it's Van Scapling talking comics, graphic design, and art. Sit back and enjoy tonight's episode.
Happy Monday to you all. This is Vance Capley of VanceCapleyArt.com. Zorro is like absolutely one of my favorite characters. Going back to 1981, I can vividly remember watching Zorro on CBS on Saturday mornings, along with the Lone Ranger and the repeats of Tarzan. 81 was a great year for cartoons anyway, but I was able to find the Lone Ranger, the Filmation Lone Ranger from, 1981, late 80s, or early 80s, pardon me. And I was able to find the Tarzans from the late 70s, but the Zorro was a little bit harder to find. And after a little bit of digging around, I found the intro, and then from there I was able to find, a few full episodes. They are so beautifully done. Now, in retrospect, you look at the Lone Ranger from that time period as well, also beautifully done, just like the Tarzans. Great animation, great storytelling, great colors, just a really good package. Around this time period, my family watched Matinee at the Bijou on PBS, and we would see it on Sunday mornings. I'm sure other places had it on Saturday afternoon, but we would see it on Sunday mornings around 10 a.m. On this program, we would see classic, movies that were usually from the public domain, but we would also see, just like in a Bijou, a chapter play, a serial. And of course, there was Zorro. And the Zorro, they had Zorro's Black Whip cereal, Zorro's Ghost cereal, but my absolute favorite, and to this very day is still my absolute favorite, is Zorro's Fighting Legion. It's a whole team of Zorros. Just an amazing thing. John Diego Vega was a wealthy nobleman who lived in the early 19th century in Los Angeles. He would dress up in all black with a mask, a whip, and a sword, and became the masked outlaw known as Zorro. In every fight, Zorro made it his deal to publicly humiliate his opponents by leaving his mark on their face. His mark, of course, was a Z carved with 3 quick strokes of his sword. Now, Zorro's didn't have any superpowers or anything like that, but he was extremely athletic, very cunning, and a master swordsman. In his first adventure, he also carried a pistol and used a whip to beat those who had whipped the innocent. In his civilian identity, Don Diego pretended to be weak and self-centered fop. He would, "Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, this is too much. I must lie down." Kind of Scarlet Pimpernel in a way. Don Diego's son later took up his father's mantle. His great-grandson, James Vega, did the same in 1937. Zorro also inspired the heroes known as the Eagle, played by Don Loring, and the Black Whip, played by Barbara Meredith, among many other characters. Now, as I've been looking at the public domain aspects of some of these characters and figuring out ways to redesign them. Now, here's the catch. The Zorro trademark is held. So, only a handful of his material is public domain. So, it's going to be might near impossible to do anything with the word Zorro on it. The public domain appearances in the stories was The Curse of Capistrano, parts 1 through 5 from All Story Weekly in 1919, and The Further Adventures of Zorro, parts 1 through 6, Argosy Magazine, 1922. For public domain film appearances, Mark of Zorro, which is an excellent film from 1920. Zorro Rides Again, 1937. Zorro's Fighting Legion, 1939, 12 episodes, my favorite. And Zorro's Black Whip, 1944, with 12 episodes. He did make a public domain comic appearance in Hit Comics number 55, where he meets up with Kid Eternity. A while back, I took it on myself to think about what would I do if I had the ability to play with Zorro. So what would I do with that? Well, for one, I would take the name Zorro and change it to English. So from Zorro to the Fox. Well, the good folks at MLJ Comics or MJL Comics or Archie Comics, they have a character called the Fox, and the trademark was renewed. A lot of the old stories were still public domain. Unfortunately, can't use the Fox. How can you trademark the word Fox? Really? Okay, anyway. So I went a different direction completely. I'm a huge fan of Kamen Rider. So I changed the name to Masked Rider Z. Covered. Everything's cool now. Then, taking the ideas from Curse of Capistrano, changed it to a post-apocalyptic America setting, and voila! This is the artwork I created for that. Now, you'll notice there's a date at the top of this. I was originally going to do this as a comic book quite a while back, but things fell through and time caught up with me, as always. And I'm hoping one day that my comic company will be big enough that I can bring in artists and writers from different places all over the world to help me create these ideas and dreams I have. One day it will happen. As for now, though, this is what I created. I hope you dig this. It was a lot of fun doing kind of a, this kind of different take on the great Zorro. I thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Look after and take care of each other, and have a wonderful day. God bless.
Vance Kepley is a self-taught artist who has worked in various mediums, including drawing, painting, and graphic design for over 20 years. He now has his designs here on TeePublic. Old school, unique, stylish. He is also available to help you with your original TeePublic designs. Make sure you visit Vance Kepley Art 1972 at teepublic.com. You'll be glad you did.